We're back talking more model releases in the next edition of Warhammer 40,000. As I keep saying, 11th edition is on the horizon. There's a rumor that it's supposed to be coming out around June time, and one of the requested videos of you chaps is you want me to talk more about kill teams which could be dropping in 11th edition. Of course, we're going to mix a little bit of rumors on top of that. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. I've always said that I think when it comes to Kill Team, they have one of the best ways to release unique models, and I'm hoping when we do get that next edition, it carries on that and we do get some big things. What I'm going to do in this video is try and break it down with like my hopes, my wants, rumors for the Imperium, Chaos, and Xenos. I'll include timestamps at the bottom, so if you want to skip to any of those segments, you're free to do so. So I'm going to start with the Imperium, and of course, I'm starting with the good guys, and that is the Space Marines. So when it comes to Space Marines, I personally feel that they haven't received that much love in Kill Team. In Kill Team, I'm saying. And I was speaking about this last night to a couple of people. What I would absolutely love is a Breacher-themed Kill Team. I think that would be absolutely bloody amazing. We know Kill Team blends in with boarding actions, you know, breaching onto ships, tight spaces, corridors. How about a Space Marine Kill Team designed around that? You've got your shields and your bolters, maybe shields and axes and swords, you know, breaching through power fists. This is the kind of thing that I would absolutely die for, especially as an Imperial Fist fan, because that's right up my alley. So something along the lines of that I think would be really, really cool. Yes, we got the Space Wolf Scouts and stuff just recently, but give it for everyone, right? Give us breachers for Space Marines, and this is one of the ways you can introduce it into that setting. Now, there has been rumors that we've spoken about on this channel about a Grey Knight Kill Team. That was supposed to be against some Khorne forces. Again, I don't know if that was demons, if that was Chaos Space Marines. I'm not too sure. We'll cover that when we get to like the Chaos segment in this video. If you want to skip to it, skip to it. But Grey Knights, I think that would make a fantastic Kill Team as well. There has been rumors that Grey Knights are getting a refresh in 11th edition. I'm not sure how big that refresh is, but if that was a part of the refresh along with Kill Team just before or maybe just after they get some of that refresh, I think that would make a really, really cool Kill Team. Grey Knights fighting demons, fighting chaos. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. That is something that I would love to see. And again, unique, awesome, cool models are part of it. And something that we've seen a lot now with Kill Team is that they love to give the Guard a lot of attention. We just had the Aquilans, right? Tempestus Aquilans. We got Krieg, which then got made into like a full plastic range. So they do give a lot of love to the Guard. And I really do think this is the great way of making regiments that kind of GW don't care about anymore. One of the regiments that I'm harboring on about so many times is the Armageddon Steel Legion. I think those guys have been done absolutely dirty, but if you've got them, if you've got the Vostrian Firstborn, the Catachans, the Mordians, the Praetorians, a lot of us grew up on these fantastic, amazing Guard regiments that had so much rich lore, so much flavor about how they looked on the battlefield and how they actually fought against the enemies of the Imperium. But that's kind of phased away now, and we're just stuck with more or less Krieg or Cadians, and it's kind of like, it's not really for me. So maybe what they can keep doing is making these Guard regiments as part of Kill Team, and then, you know, you have access to those models in a way and you can build it up, you can do your armor that way by getting some Kill Team boxes. I would absolutely love like a Vostrian Firstborn, a Mordian Kill Team. I think that would look bloody fantastic. I think a lot of people who play Kill Team would love more flavor in the Guard regiments, getting some love, a part of the rules, a part of the concept and stuff like that. I just hope Games Workshop sees just the fandom begging that we want more of this flavor, we want more cool models, and hopefully they'll give it us a part of Kill Team. And just before we move on, because I know this is going to be brought up, Space Hulk Kill Team, could that be a thing? Could that something that they could bring to the tabletop? Yes, we had like the Space Hulk board game, but there's been a lot of rumors about potential Space Hulk getting a new box set. What if it is going to be a Kill Team established going forward, and that is going to be like the new box set, how they make it up? Could we see brand new Blood Angel Terminators in that way? I will still stand on this hill that the Blood Angels received nothing in terms of cool models when they got their refresh. Yes, sorry, no, I lie. They got Lamartis, they got Ashraf and stuff, which I thought were pretty nice, but everything else I thought was very, very mediocre. And when you look at the Dark Angels, when you looked at the Space Wolves, they got Terminators, but the Blood Angels, they got nothing. Why? Why is that? It makes sense, again, when you look at Kill Team and you look at boarding actions, they've got the terrain for it, they've got the rules for it, right? Could that be something potentially in the pipework that could be dropping in the next edition? Hopefully so, right? I would love to see it. Blood Angel fans, I'm sure they would love to see some new models added to their range because they absolutely got done dirty with the refresh that they got. And I said we were moving on, but I completely forgot about the Custodes and the Sisters of Battle and the Admech. The Admech, yes, they've had kill teams before. Could they do more kill teams with them? I think they could, but to be fair, I'm not really that much of an Admech fan. I think they're one of my least favorite Imperial armies. Sisters of Battle have got a lot of love when it comes to kill team. Do you know what we do need? A Sisters of Silence kill team. I will stand on this hill once again and say the Sisters of Silence are way cooler than the Sisters of Battle, and they've been absolutely done dirty, done more dirty than the Blood Angels. There's just nothing for the Sisters of Silence. They could do so many characters, so many cool things with the Sisters of Silence, and they haven't even touched it. It's a very, 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 very sad thing. Now, from Imperium, let's jump in and let's talk about the Xenos stuff, because I do think there's an absolutely buttload of stuff you could do with the Xenos. And I want to start with, again, a big rumor that we've been talking about on this channel for a long time now, Eldar Exodites. I am convinced this is going to be coming during, well, the next edition phase. Well, so that the next edition, 11th edition, is going to be 3 years. So all the way to 2029, I am convinced Exodites are going to be coming. The whispers, the rumors, I've been stating this. We've spoken about it so many times on the channel. And I really do think this is one of the kill teams that will go to a full range. So just like what happened with the Eldar Corsairs, we got a brand new Prince Ural and stuff like that. They started as a kill team and they were expanded into a full range. I think this is going to happen with the Exodites. Now, what is that kill team going to look like? Your guess is as good as mine. Are we going to have Eldar riding dinosaurs in kill team? Are we going to have like pet dinosaurs running forward and ripping things apart? Absolutely no idea. But Exodites, I think, would make a fantastic kill team. I think the fandom wants it. Everyone wants it. And I think it would be fantastic to see that go into a bigger range. And since the 11th edition is supposed to be about Space Marines versus Orcs, I actually do think at the start, one of the big kill teams that they could potentially do is Orc-flavored units. Now, the rumors are saying that there's no Mega Knobs and there's no Storm Boys inside of that 11th edition box set. Again, rumors are rumors. Believe what you want to believe at this point. But if that does turn out to be true, then I think they could make great bundles to put in Kill Team. Storm Boys, we've seen it before, like jump packs and stuff like that in Kill Team. So to put a bunch of new Storm Boys in there, you know, like a leader and stuff, or some sculpts, I think that could really work. Mega Knobs, if, you know, they're not in the box set and they don't get new models at the start, maybe they will be put into a kill team. I think that could be a great choice as well. People love Mega Knobs. People love Orcs, Storm Boys. You know, there is going to be another refresh now of the Orcs going forward in 11th edition, and whatever doesn't get refreshed in that box set, I really do think they may push into kill team boxes and put them in there. And when we look at the other races, for example, the Tyranids, potentially Gene Stealers could be a great kill team. That circles back to the thing we just talked about with Space Hulk kill team. Could that be something that they could potentially do in the future? Blood Angels, Terminators versus a bunch of new Gene Stealer, awesome sculpts and stuff like that. When you look at the Tau race, we've just have Vespids, but could there be more Tau stuff? Could they do more Kroot stuff? I have no idea. Could they do Tau auxiliaries? That could be a really cool thing, right, to put in there. Human Tau fighting against maybe another Imperial kill team. That could be mind-boggling. That could be really... How about this? Agents of the Imperium versus Tau auxiliaries. Now, that is a bundle which maybe gets people kind of excited. You can do like Ordo Xenos or something, fighting against like these Tau human auxiliaries who have chosen the greater good over the Emperor. That could be very, very bloody spicy. Necrons is another one, right? Necrons. I'm sure there's more stuff happening in Necrons. Pariah Nexus is still going on at this moment in time. As of, like I said, the Tyranids, the Gene Stealers, the Tau. Is there anything else? Orcs. I'm sure there's nothing more there. Have I missed anything? I don't know. If I've missed anything, let me know down in the comment section down below. And again, of course, I'd love to get your ideas as well. But anyway, let's push on to Chaos. So when it actually does come to Chaos, I'm going to start with, I personally think, the big one. Chaos Demons. Chaos Demons, to me, are one of the most integral parts of Warhammer 40,000, and I personally think that Games Workshop has given the backhand in this past edition. They lost their codex. There's just literally no love for the models that they have, and I think this could work so bloody good in Kill Team. Again, let's circle back to the Grey Knight / Khorne Kill Team. What if we get new bloodletters? What if we get like more like twisted, more just broken down, violent type of Khorne units that are demons and stuff? This could really bloody work. When I look at like AOS and I see all like the Nurgle love and like the demon love that they get, as a 40k fan, I'm massively jealous. It's like, oh my god, this is the type of stuff that I would love to see in Warhammer 40,000, but it just seems like the 40k demons or the 40k God Align stuff more or less gets shafted on in terms of that type of stuff. So hopefully going forward, we get to see more demon-orientated kill teams or demon models throughout 11th edition. Now, when it comes to warbands, I think, again, this could be very, very cool. Khorne, Nurgle, Slaanesh, Tzeentch. Yes, you have all the chapter aligns of them, like the, you know, the World Eaters and stuff like that. But what about a Word Bearer themed kill team, an Alpha Legion themed kill team, an Iron Warrior themed kill team, right? This is the stuff I think people would absolutely fawn over in terms of chaos stuff. I think it'd be great as well for the actual ranges. We've started to see some love for chaos with some of the announcements recently, the new Defiler, the Iron Warrior character, etc., the Mutilators. I'm sure hopefully there's more stuff going to be coming before 11th edition kicks off. We don't know yet. There's more stuff going to be revealed, but hopefully more chaos stuff does get shown off and we can absolutely just have an awesome time getting new models. Again, when it comes to Kill Team, this is probably one of the best ways they can put through unique looking models a part of that system, which then you can add to your armies, because it works for both. Kill Team, they get specialist rules, and then when you put it in 40k, you just make your cool looking unit. That's what it's all about, the rule of bloody cool. I'm sure whatever happens, there's going to be a bunch of stuff now coming in 11th edition. Someone did say in my stream last night, there's supposed to be one more box set dropping before 11th edition. Is that true, Kill Team players? Let me know down. Are you due another box set dropping before 11th edition? 11th edition is supposed to be out around June time. The announcement is supposed to be next month in March, towards the end of March at Adepticon. But again, that is all rumor, that is all theory, that is all nonsense at this moment in time. But I'm sure we're going to get unique stuff for Kill Team, new models for Kill Team going forward towards the end of this year and, of course, into the next couple of years. Again, I would love to get your thoughts and feedback on this. What would you like to see as a Kill Team? What models, what factions do you think deserve love in Kill Team? Post it down below. We give a nice little chin wag down there, as we always do. See ya. Have a great day, evening, night, where you're around the world, and bye-bye.